aka Salt and Pepper. You know what I mean? What's going on? Talk to me. What's going on with you, man? We live right now. We out here, man. We outside with it. You know, letting the pearly whites get some sunshine. You know what I mean? Ain't shit to do out here. But yeah, man, what's going on? Talk to me, talk to me, talk to me. What's going on? Who live with me right now? Today was an amazing trading day. We had some really cool movement in the market. Also, too, had a great time recording the first videos for the new career path on CodingPhase.com. AI automations. Hey, I hope you guys are ready for that. Okay? So yeah, man, what's going on? I see a couple of my peoples in here. Cesar Jaramillo. I see my boy Billy. What's going on? Mike Lee. The squad. You get what I'm saying? The starting five is popping up. Renee. I'm telling you, the starting five is popping up. We got Cesar, Billy, Mike Lee, Renee. Who's popping up next? Let's see. Who's in here live? Let's see so we could give you a shout out. That's the starting five right there. The energy is back. Your boy is out here. He's alive. Got a little cough, but I'm still alive. By the way, tonight, accountability meetings. For those of you guys that have access to that, hey, pop up. I put in the link. I was going to do it yesterday, but I'll be honest, I wasn't really feeling good. Today, I decided I'm going to take my time. I slept in, got some more energy, drank some vitamins, you know, came outside, got some air, getting ready for my meeting at 7 p.m. And yeah. And we got Fabio, the starting five. That's what I'm talking about. What's going on, guys? Yo, when your boy's outside, you know it's a movie. Yeah. So yeah, bro. Who in here is actually working on something new, some new projects? What you guys is doing? Let me see. Renee says, I'm getting my bag, Joe. I passed through the Sony assessment test and now have 1 hour 4-panel interview tomorrow. Hey, look at your boy. That's what's up. Yo, I'm going to pray for you tonight. So everything goes good for you. You know, that'll be a good look for you and for me. I want you to succeed, man. I want you to kill it. I want you to go as high as you can, man. And this is just the beginning. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, no, I'm happy that you're making moves, bro. That's gonna look nice on your resume, bro. Having that Sony stamp, and that would be dope. Whenever I get my notifications, because you know me, I'm on Sony, I'm on that PlayStation. So when I get those emails, I'm like, shit, that's one of my boys is out there. He's doing it. Don't worry, you got this. Remember, you applied to the job before, the girl now hit you back up like, yo, hey, they interested. You know what I'm saying? They don't do that for everybody. So now go in, do what you got to do, go in confident. And again, you got this. You got this. You got this, bro. Again, this is the power of coming to CodingPhase.com. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Renee. Renee, you know what? I wish nothing but the best for you, bro. You know, I've helped so many people, thousands of people come in, get into the industry, get their bag, get their, you know, their first job. And so many people that we never even hear from them. They don't even give a shout out. They don't show no love. They don't pop up in a comment section. They don't send me an email. I got to find out, oh, they working here. They got hired here off like LinkedIn or some shit. But I appreciated that, you know, you still come through. You still update me. Like, believe it or not, guys, when you do come back and you show love, it doesn't have to be monetarily. Like, what I care about is like, okay, the years that I spent into doing this thing, this career, and helping people get into this game wasn't in vain. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like a waste of time. Like, we made something positive, and we're still seeing the results to this day. I mean, we're about to hit 10 years in when is it? In 27, well, it was from 2017 all the way to 2027, right? That's 10 years. I mean, I don't know what you guys, what you guys gonna give me for my 10-year birthday on CodingPhase. Now we gotta pop some bottles. We gotta have some fun that day. That day is gonna be special, right? 10 years that we started this channel. 10 years we've been helping people get into the game. Um, so I'm just happy, someone like yourself, Renee, when you're doing good, trust me, you give me that energy to come back in. Even like there's days I might be down, I might be feeling sick, or I might be whatever, freaking, you know what I mean? I'm a human being just like you guys. Um, but when I know that people like yourself that came in, did the work, and are finding success, and they're still killing it, like I love that, bro. Like it just gives me more energy to do it another year. Okay, so thank you for that. Let me see. Javier says you need to get into automations and controls and automation. What web dev was in 2020. Yeah, that's what we're getting into right now. We're just setting up the whole curriculum. The way how I'm gonna do it is a whole different way than how you might see people talk about like AI, automations, and this and that. I'm doing it from a business point of view. Because sometimes I like always remember, for me to go in and measure, how I should do my own courses and my own curriculums, I go through a lot of different like research and looking at what my competitors is doing, looking at what other YouTubers is doing, go through TikTok, go through Instagram, go through X, right, and see like how people are talking about this, or what they're focusing on. Like right now, let's say for example, like everybody talking about Clawbot and this and that. That shit is bullshit, right? I'm not gonna go in and be teaching that, right? What I'm doing is I'm going in and basically taking the approach of what are businesses asking for? What are the tools that they're, asking for? What are the tasks that you're gonna be doing on the job? You know, so it's not just like how everyone else does this thing of like, it's like when people teach web development, what do? They go in and be like, well, we're gonna teach you web development, teach you HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and then they just throw you in the air. What I like to do is I like to focus on a specific job, and then from there come up with the curriculum depending on what the companies is asking for. At the same time, we are teaching you web development, but with what you're going to be doing on the job. Now, you might say, why do you do it like that? Well, I was just like you guys, 10 plus years ago. When I first started in this game, one of the main reasons why, for me, like for example, when I first started applying to jobs, I went to Tumblr, which was like a social media company back in the days, and I went to Twitter at the time, right? Now, because I learned online, I'm self-taught, right? Most of the online courses, what they taught you were programming. But when you go to these jobs and these type of companies, they're asking you about specific things, let's say design, or like, system design, algorithms, working in a in a group environment, or let's say collaboration. Like I remember, I'll never forget this shit. They asked me about, I think it was like Jira or something like that, and I was like, what was that? Like I've never heard of it. Right? But that's because when you're learning online, most of these online courses, what they do is they just teach you like the most basic shit, right? The same thing that you could go and get from a book from HTML for Dummies, or HTML CSS for Dummies, or the John Dockett HTML CSS book, right? Like they'll teach you the most basic shit. And it's the same thing that's happening even with AI and automations. They don't prepare you for you to actually be productive. They go in and create like a 8-hour course. Like I saw this shit, some guy with an 8-hour course on NAN, right? And I'm like, bro, you don't need to go in and read through the documentation, right? Read through the documentation, because that's what most people do. They think like teaching is that, right? They're going through the documentation, and they go over every single thing and every single feature NAN has. When you are at the job, you're not gonna use 90% of that shit, okay? What you need to learn is the concepts and the things that you need to know for the job. And then once you have that, and you already know how to use the tool or the service or whatever, right? You can then from there, when you have a situation that comes up that maybe in the course, we didn't cover it, you can go through the documentation yourself. That's what a good teacher does, right? Because no one wants to be taking an 8-10 hour course to then from there be like not be prepared for the job. Like, anybody that has taken any of my courses, I mean, you could ask Renee or any of the guys that's in here, for example, like the email developer career path, right? Everything that you're getting interviewed on, that's exactly what we cover. Like everything that we talk about inside of the course, what I'm teaching you is exactly what they're going to be asking you for, right? So that's what I'm doing right now with this new curriculum, because this is the new phase of, CodingPhase, right? We're going into AI. We're going into automations, right? We're going to a lot of different tools, but the way how I'm doing it is completely different. Like, for example, I got a whole section of how to create advertisement for businesses, right? And you might say, Joe, but I'm not creating advertisement. I'm not gonna be working at a company. I'm not the marketing guy. Well, guess what? In the marketing team, they need somebody who has this technical skills, because there's gonna be a marketing strategist who comes up with the strategy. What's the messaging? What type of content? You might have a designer that might come up with some type of style guideline for the advertisement, but they might need for this company or this campaign to have 100 different type of ads. How do you do that? That's what I'm going to teach you. Then from there, you got things like, how do you set up certain automations between some of the top services, right? You could use something like Zapier, NAN, right? And then from there, connecting to things like ClickFunnels, connecting to things like Go High Level, right? How do you connect to Twilio? How do you set up this automations, right? Like, we're teaching it in a way where it's exactly what companies need you to do, because I'm basing it off job descriptions, right? And then from there, looking at exactly what they want you to do and coming up with a curriculum around that. At the same time, teaching you the skill, but you're doing exactly what you're going to be doing at the job. Instead of just going in and be like, well, here's how to use NAN. Okay, but I know how to, this the tool, this and that, but how am I going to use it on the job? What are the scenarios? How is it that I'm going to be solving problems with this, right? So that's the cool thing about it, because with this new career path, is like, I feel like back in the days when I created the email developer path, I'm like, man, this one is gonna be a really good one. It's gonna be like a good 5-year run, right? Just with this one skill. Like, look at me, the email developer. We've been on a run with email development for what? Like, since like 2019. Like, since 2019, we've been heavy, and email developers are still getting hired, right? So that was a really good career path, right? Also, too, helped me out with the niche. Found a really good niche for me and the community. Then we had the Shopify run. Shopify, those people that came in 2021, 2022, when we came up with the Shopify career path, they're all still working. They're all still killing it, right? And that's the shit. That's why I'm not one of these people that like to create like a course that I gotta recreate the course the following year. If I have to recreate the course the following year, then I did a bad job. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't have to be done every year. And that's what a lot of people do. They love to nickel and dime people. Like, I hate that shit, because I used to be, like back in the days, like you guys too, like I'll take a course. I'm still taking courses. Now I'll take courses for, business or, stock trading and things like that. But, You know, back in the days, I used to hate that shit. I'd be like, man, a new version of Angular just came out. Damn, I got to take another course. And then the guy who created the Angular course would come in and be like, well, you know, we got Angular 1.13. We got Angular 1.14. Now, again, you got to pay that extra $50. It's like, bro, if you taught me well, then I wouldn't even have to look at your next course, because you already taught me enough where I could look at the documentation. That's the goal, the goal of it, right? Let me see. Shout out to everybody in here. Let me see. Mark Harrison says, what up, Joe? I put a code working on your trading course. Nice. Tell him to check out the trading course, bro. Man, today was amazing. I did pretty good. Like, I'll be honest, I should have done way better. But how can I say this? I don't know. Okay, so I'll give you an example. When you're trading with a lot of money, I got to still work on this, right? Like, I could go in and buy, let's say, $1,000 of a stock, right? But if I buy like 4 or 5,000, I get nervous. I'll be honest. I'll get nervous. And it's because, you know, trading is all psychological. Also, too, because I don't want to catch a big L, right? Because if you go in and you lose 25%, let's say, for example, on a stock, that it might drop, because this whole month has been so shady. So, you know, I go in, there was this stock called RXT. So I bought RXT like at $1.60, and I bought like 5,000, no, like 2,500 shares. 2,500 shares. So I don't know, you guys do the math, right? It's like 2-3 grand or more, almost 4,000. And I buy 2,500 shares. I bought at 166, right? And today I was like, nah, I'm holding this shit the whole fucking day, because I'm like, I know this shit's gonna go up. But then this is the psychological part of it, right? I'm like, okay, this is already like 30-40%, you know, of this portfolio, this cash portfolio that I'm using. And if this thing drops, let's say, I don't know, 25%, 25%, then I'm gonna catch a $1,000 L. And the market is bad right now, so $1,000 might take me 2 days to make back. So I'm like, I don't want to catch a L. So when I was in profit, once I hit profit, like at 170 something, 180, right? I sold, because it was nice. It was like a nice $400 or something like that. But guess what happened today? Yeah, this shit went to 260. That's a whole fucking dollar. So I got out early. I'm like celebrating because I got my little 20 cents. I'm like, yeah, it's a good day, kiddo. I'm chilling. And then now I feel like shit, because the shit is at 260, and I had like, you know, 4 bands on that shit. That would have been a $1,500, $2,000 trade. But the problem is, it's all psychological. You know, if you go in and you hold, and also too, there's shit that happens, like, for example, like this past week, right? There were situations where I held for, you know, I'm like, this shit's coming back because the news is good, everything's good. But because the market has been so bad, that it dropped. So now today, I'm like, okay, my goal here is, if I'm making, you know, I'm making profit, like for the day, I think I made like 600, which isn't nothing crazy. It's not going to change my life, but it adds up. When you go in and you say, well, for this month, right, we had 20 days. Out of those 20 days, I got, you know, a good 13, right? 13 days that were amazing, right? And they're averaging anywhere from 600 all the way to 1,600 a day, right? Let's say the average is looking like, let's say $900, right? $900 a day. Calculate that times 900 times 13, right? That's not bad. That's extra bread. That's extra bread that I could go in and chill. That's extra bread that I don't gotta work hard for. That's extra bread that I could go in and put in savings. I could put it for my kids. I could put it into my long-term portfolio and let the money grow. But yeah, it does hurt when you like, man, I sold way too early. But it's really about, psychological thing. That's why I want to get this new cash account to $25 and up. I usually, what I try to do is like, once I get to a certain number, I take out money and I put it away. But this time around, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let it grow, and I'm not taking the money out. I'm just gonna leave it there. So that way, when there's situations like today where it's like, okay, I'm jumping in with 4,000, it's not, 30% of my portfolio, right? And you don't feel that pressure because it's really about, you don't want to catch an L for the day when you're already green, you know. But it is what it is. So yeah, man, definitely check out the trading course. I talk about this. I flipped out on some dude yesterday, some fucking dweeb, because the dude is like, damn, you still on your what was it he said? You still on your trading arc? He's like, yikes. I'm like, not yikes, stupid. Like, I'm trying to put you on. I don't care if you want to trade or you don't want to trade. I know what I'm doing. I'm out here. There's people right now going to work, 9 to 5, doing this and that. I'm like, bro, I could fucking chill. If I go in and I make $500 a day, I don't have to work for anyone ever again. There's people that don't make $500 a day. And that's just with trading. That's not even counting my business money, my long-term investment. Doesn't even count any of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So when I talk about these things, I'm trying to put you on so you can understand and don't be like me. Back in the days, I used to be so stupid, man. I really think about it. It's so ignorant. The worst thing you could do and be in this world is ignorant. Because what happens is there's people that have the game and they know it, right? And they're winning. But a lot of times they don't want to share that. They don't tell you, they don't put you on. It's like back in the days, like I remember one of my friends used to have like, he was like the first one to get a car, right? Out of the whole crew. He had, I think it was like a Chevy Impala. If you're from the hood, the Impalas were popping because they would have it all tinted up. It looks like a detective car, da-da-da. And we'll be like, damn, bro, like, how you got that, da-da-da? How you got a car? And we just coming straight out of high school, like, yo, bro, you got this car? It's brand new? How the hell you got this car? And really, what he did was he had gotten his CDL license, right? And he didn't put none of us on, right? Because I would have done that shit myself. I would have got my CDL license back then. But he wanted to be that guy, like he got it, right? And there's people that's like that even to this day. Like, they know how to do something, and they rather not even tell you, because if they put you on, then now you're at the same level as them, and there's a chance that they could pass you. Always remember this. People want you to do good, but they never want you to do better than them. So even your friends, family members, like, this is normal. This is like human nature, right? This is human nature. People fucking want to be the top boss. People want to be the top dog. People want to be the guy that got all the money and he's looking good. But he wants you to be good, but not as good as him. Or even better than him. Hell no. Like, nah, I need you to be the little, you know what I mean? You my little homie, right? They never want to put you on. I'm not like that. I like to put people on, because if there was something that was good for me and it could work out for you, then the way how I think, I have this mentality similar to Dame Dash. And shout out to Dame Dash, right? Dame Dash goes in, he could be grimy and keep his opportunities for himself. What he does is he puts everybody into opportunities and gets everybody to make money. That allows him to take more risk. Like, there's the risk that I take that most people wouldn't be able to take. But you know why I take that risk? Because at the end of the day, if God forbid I blow my money, I do the wrong things or do the wrong investment, whatever it is, I've put enough people in positions that tomorrow, if I need a job and I say, yo, guys, I need a job, I'm effed up. I got so many people that I have put on that they'll go in and co-sign for me. They'll go in and be like, hey, tomorrow Renee's working at Sony. I'll be like, yo, Renee, I'm effed up right now, bro. I'm going to need a job. See if they have a job there. Renee's going to be like, yo, listen, this is one of the guys that really helped me out. He taught me all of these things. This is the guy that you guys should definitely hire, if you guys have an opportunity, right? And that's the same mindset that Dame Dash had. But the thing is that not everyone is like that. You know what I'm saying? Not everyone is like that. Sometimes you bump into people that you help them out, and when they're good, they don't take care of the people that put them on. And that's what happened to Dame Dash. Dame Dash helped out Jay-Z, Cameron, Beanie Siegel, Kanye West, all of these people. The only person that really has taken care of him and helped him out was Kanye. Other than that, everybody's been crabs. They don't put him on. They don't put no money in his pocket. They don't help him out with anything. But I'm one of those people that have that mindset. That if you have knowledge, if you have some type of skill, if you're doing good in some type of way, you gotta put your friends on. You gotta put your people that's around you on so they could also be good, because that allows you to have a certain freedom where you could say, you know what, I'm willing to take this risk because at the worst case scenario, I put enough people on that if I mess up somehow, then now they could help me out. If everybody here has $1 million, right? And right now I'm effed up. I say, yo, bro, guys, listen, I'm effed up. I'm gonna need you guys to lend me 5,000. I'm pretty sure that if everyone made $1 million, everyone is gonna be like, yo, here you go. And not everyone, but the majority, dudes like Renee or Rainier Luna or Broad Trippin, if they got it, they made $1 million with me, cool. They be like, here you go, Joe, so you could start over. You know what I'm saying? But again, if you keep all that shit to yourself and you don't put nobody on, when you effed up someday, because this life is like a roller coaster. You go up and you could come down, right? Now, if you don't have a pillow right here, it's a wrap. You're done. You can't come back, right? But if you do the shit right, you know, people will help you out. I believe in that. You know what I mean? So that's why I talk about trading, all this stuff. Because again, I wish somebody would have put me on. I was like so ignorant back then, man. Shout out to Ramsey. He was trying to put me on, but I was just like, I still had that hood mentality and that broke mindset of like, man, nah, I want to keep my money saved up and this and that. It's like, nah, stupid. You got to put your money to work for you. I mean, look at this shit. You know how hard I wish people will understand how hard I've had to work over the years for me to go in and make $500 a day or $1,000 a day. To be able to learn a skill that, within a few hours, sometimes in a few minutes, I'm able to make anywhere from 500 to 1,000. Sometimes, the most I ever made, was like 12,000, right? And that was like on one trade. In a total day, the most I ever made was like 38,000. Like that's somebody's yearly salary. And that was in 2023. That's the year that I didn't know how to trade, which is funny. 2023. Once you learn how to trade, right? It's so funny because you got risk to reward ratio, right? And in a sense, now that you know how to trade, you know how the system works and how all this shit works, you kind of be more careful. But in 2023, I was reckless. When I first got into this shit, I came in with $15,000 and I would do a one trade with $10,000. Mind you, I got 15. That's like going in and going into one trade and fucking going with almost 80% of your whole portfolio. I wouldn't do that today, right? But back then, I didn't know. I just, in my head, I was like, oh, this shit just going up. I'm just throwing money at it, right? And I will catch a couple of the ones. It's like, what they say, beginner's luck. And I caught a lot of them like that. But because I didn't know how to trade, I didn't know how to, you know, risk to reward or how to protect my my profit, I ended up losing that shit. I ended up losing it. And that's why I try to put people on. That's why, like, we living in a world right now, bro. Like, this is why I be trying to tell people. We live in a world right now that, you know, they said people not gonna own anything, and they're just gonna be happy, right? But what happens is that the people that have the capital, they gonna own everything, right? The people that already have houses previous to 2020, they're good, right? The people that's trying to find and buy the house now, past 2024, 2024, 23, right? It's so much harder. Houses are more expensive. You know, interest rates is much higher, right? And then from there, there's so many people that's not even in the stock market. I mean, look at the stuff that this guy Trump was talking about on the State of the Union. Again, I'm not going into politics, but you know, there was a lot of shit that he was saying in there that I was like, yo, this fucking guy is fucking bullshitting, man. Like, straight up. Look, and I had a lot of high hopes for this president, right? And the reason why I had high hopes because my best years in my life were those years of 2016 all the way to 2020. 2021 to 2024, it wasn't as good as before. So I had high hopes of what they were gonna do, but with everything that happened in the pandemic, inflation, you know, freaking closing down the businesses, the the fucking bullshit of, you know, sending out, you know, $1,500 to people in their accounts, this and that, all that shit fucking costing money, right? It made the dollar cheaper, right? So with that being said, there was a lot of bad decisions that were done, and then now with Trump trying to do all this bullshit, the tariff, the fucking the going tick for tack with China, all that bullshit, right? All that shit's also fucking up the economy. So now, what sucks about this is, if you had money from before, or you had investments, you are fucking good. Look, I got a friend of mine who has like at least $10 million in his portfolio, and he started with like $100,000 in 2019. How the hell do you go from $100,000 to almost $10 million in the last 5, 6 years? It's very simple, right? The stock market has been going up. A lot of opportunity, especially in AI and tech and a lot of the stuff. But if you're a regular person, most people don't even have investments. You get what I'm saying? Most people don't even have investments, don't even have like something that's growing. Most people don't even have a house. Your home supposedly is gonna be the American dream, even though I wouldn't recommend for anybody to buy a house. I'm telling you guys from experience, you put your money in the market, it'll grow much faster than the house. But it's also good to have something, right? So if you don't have a house and you don't have no investments, and you know this game is rigged, it's literally rigged. The game in America right now is rigged. The people that got bread, they're gonna have bread for a long time. The people that don't have bread, it now became 3 times harder for you to go in and start building something for yourself. And it's gonna be even more harder as things go by. It's like right now, we talk about AI, we talk about the next thing, which is robots, right? People's like, I'll be seeing so many people. I wanted to make a video about this. The amount of people that I see in comment sections from like other careers and other type of jobs that they were like, oh, the tech bros, ha 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 ha, look at them, they're losing their jobs, they're all getting laid off. Remember when they were telling us, hey, learn how to code and like all these things, they're like so excited, they're like, yeah, people are getting laid off. It's like, hey, you dumb fuck, you don't understand how this shit works. This is an ecosystem, okay? A guy that's working right now in a fucking in a Chili's, and he's excited because it's like, look at the tech bros, they're getting laid off. Hey, you dumb fuck. Remember this: the people that's going to that restaurant are usually the tech bros, right? It's the freaking middle class, upper middle class, who's able to go into those restaurants and pay you, right? The extra tip. Guess what happens now? If those people don't have those jobs, guess what? You don't got a job either. Because now nobody's going to hire you because there's no money to give you. No one's going to give you no fucking tip. Nobody's going to restaurants like that no more. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's a whole ecosystem. So, and this is just like how shit is going to continue to happen over time. This is why I decided I got to learn about trading. I got to learn about investment because I got to see into the future. I was so focused before in just like my career development. And as you guys might know, like I'm always ahead of everything that's coming, right? But I wasn't really paying attention to the game of life, of what's out here. Because even myself, I really thought, hey man, everything's going to be sweet. How we living right now, everything's going to be good. This is America. Guess what? This shit is shifting, right? The middle class is getting to become the poverty line. What you could be, somebody will earn $100,000 and they'll be like, damn, he's a baller. $100,000 nowadays is like, yeah, he comfortable. That's like having a $60,000, $70,000 job back then, right? Because everything's more expensive. So imagine if you don't go in and start thinking about this shit like this, and you don't start thinking about how can I go in and stay ahead of inflation, right? How do I go in and learn skills that I'm not getting paid by my time? If you don't learn those things, you're going to regret it. It's the same thing that I tell people. If you don't learn how to code, right, you better find something that you're going to be able to make over $100,000. Now, if you can't find something else, learn how to code. This shit is not that hard. Learn how to code, learn how to use this technical skills, get yourself a good job, use your capital, invest. Okay? The amount of people that have worked as developers, engineers, that have 5-10 years in the game, like working, and then they retire early, it's crazy. Go look into those CNBC videos, those salary videos. Almost every single person that is on fire, meaning they retire early, right? That they retire early, it's usually people that work in tech. It's not the guy that fucking does the plumbing. It's not the guy that does this. Most of these people, they're still working for years. They're working until their fucking backs is broken. You get what I'm saying? The people that you see that are actually retiring early are people that work in tech. I'm late to the game. I'm late to the game in the sense of when I got into this industry, I was 24 years old. So I was already behind. I should have been started from earlier, right? Then from there, I focused on so much on the technical skills, but not thinking about my early retirement. I could have been retired a long time ago, but I wasn't really thinking about that. I was like living life. I was, hanging out, going to strip clubs, fucking paying for vacations. I was taking fucking 10, 12 vacations a year, every year. And you got 4 kids, you got wife, sometimes mother-in-laws coming through. How much you think I'll be spending on fucking vacations? I could have been retired. But again, I didn't have the financial literacy. I didn't have the mindset that I have now. It's like right now, it's like somebody was telling me like, yo, Joe, you're not going to buy a house? I'm like, hell no. It's like, I'm going to move to Georgia pretty soon, but I'm renting. I don't need to buy no fucking house. For what? I need to put my money to work for me. When you put your money into a house, your money's stuck in the house. Everybody, I was watching this video on Instagram. Everybody that was telling people, yo, buy 10 houses, buy 10 properties, 10 this and that in the pandemic, when money was cheap or to borrow and all of the stuff, all of those people are now saying, yo, this was the worst mistake that I did. I could tell you I just own one house, and I could tell you that's the worst mistake that I've ever done in my whole life. Okay? Can I correct it? Yeah. I'm still young, right? It's a lot of shit that I'm still able to do. Thank God. I got good health, right? I still got a cough, but I still got good health, right? Now, with that being said, like, you know, you gotta learn how to put your money to work for yourself, right? And especially in this day and age of how things is working. Like it's bad, guys. Like it's bad out here. Okay? Now, for someone like myself, I'm in a good situation where I could chill, I could disappear. But if you don't have the bread to disappear yet, if you haven't made your bread, right? You need to start thinking about how you're gonna make your bread so you can now change this around. Okay? You could change this around. You know, there's a good opportunity right now, even with tech. You know, you got a 5-10 year run, you could build a couple of millions. Trust me, I've done it. So if you go in and say, well, man, I'm making, 80, 90,000, right, a year, my first 2-3 years, then from there I'm making 100 and something. Every year I'm taking 10 to 15% and I'm putting it in the market, investing for the long term. Even if you put in the S&P 500, right? By the time you're like 5-10 years in, you'll have a nice little cushion. Then from there, you could say, well, what do I want to do? Do I want to continue working and still stack up? Or am I tired of working for other people and I want to do something else for myself? You know, always remember this. When you go to, like, let's say any island, right? It could be Dominican Republic, could be Barbados, could be Trinidad, could be whatever, any island, St. Lucia, etc. One thing that you're going to notice is there's always some white guy looking extra pink in the sun, right? And he somehow owns the restaurant on that island. And you might think this guy must be rich, he must be a millionaire, etc. No, he's just a regular guy that prepared himself for his retirement. And his retirement is in this bar or this restaurant that he might have. He's still making money. He's still got money coming in. He's still got investments going on. So at the end of the day, that's like how you got to start thinking too. What's going on, kiddo?
There's ice cream.
There's ice cream. You guys want ice cream?
Yes. You still owe me for that time when you guys left me and grabbed ice cream from.
Let me see.
Jason.
Let me see if let's get this kid some ice cream. They pop up. It's like zombies. Like, this ice cream. Let me see. It was crazy how that little song. It's like, yeah, you guys are trained to find the ice cream with that little song. How you doing? Which ice creams you guys want? Which one you want?
I'll get the.
Give me a second, guys. Yeah, but go ahead.
Push pop.
Push pop?
Yeah.
We're out of our push pops. I'm sorry.
Sorry, kiddo. No push pop.
Yeah.
Which ones you have?
And on the bomb pops, we've only got the chocolate one left.
Okay.
We've got like these, all the bars.
And
We've
those.
got the face bars. Yeah, we've got about everything else.
So which one you want?
I'll have the mango Italian ice.
A mango Italian ice?
Yeah, man, it's one of those things. We got the kids out here.
I'm tired because I did 10 knuckle push-ups.
Is
Uh-huh.
that gonna be it?
And what you want, Kylie?
Oh, that's out.
No, we
one
don't
with the
have
tape.
that one.
That one's not there, baby.
The one with the tapes.
The one that is not the tapes. You don't want the strawberry cake or No, that was.
Tweety bird?
Sorry, kiddo. That was not there either.
Is it the Tweety bird?
Yeah.
I think I have a Tweety bird. Yeah. Space Jam Tweety
Yeah,
bird?
there you go, kiddo. All right.
Good luck.
And there's that. Let me get my phone so I can run it.
All right, kiddo. Yeah.
Sell the richest ice cream for $1.
Those are, come on.
I gotta start bringing out some cash. I don't even got no cash on me.
Come on. There we go. All right. We charge 50 cents to do the card, so that'll make
That's
it
fine.
9.
That's
And
fine.
just tap.
Go through.
Maybe go down some. Where's the spot?
Oh.
Maybe flip it over.
Maybe on
No,
the screen.
it's the back of my phone. I know that. I can put it in manually real quick. I do it manually.
Yeah, go ahead. You can put it in. So yeah, man. Sorry, daddy duties. Gotta get
What'd you
that
think,
ice.
though?
33596.
33596. Okay.
All right.
We're good.
Great.
All right. Enjoy.
All right, thank you. Guys, say thank you.
I said thank you.
Yeah, but you guys don't say it
I
loud.
said thank you.
Yeah, I got it. Open it up, Kylie, before it melts.
Mine doesn't melt.
Oh. So here, hold it like this so you don't get dirty. We still gotta go.
Let's go to the beach. Let's go to the bench.
So go ahead, guys. We're about to leave soon, though. Okay? So yeah, man. Word. Freaking ice cream, $9. Them shits used to be like fucking. With $5, you buy 2. Now it's 9, bro. That's what I'm talking about. Imagine you were saving some money for a rainy day. It's like, yeah, buddy, you're gonna have to pay more for that ice cream. Oh shoot, bro. So yeah, man. Inflation on the ice cream, word. Oh my God, bro. So yeah, like I was saying, man, you gotta learn these skills, man. Hopefully, y'all appreciate when I talk about certain things that's not just coding. Hopefully, I'm just trying to literally I'm trying to help you guys out, because some of you guys is gonna come in, you're gonna do the same mistakes that I did. I just don't want you to do that, because if I know I could save you from the bullshit, right? The bullshit that I've done myself. If I could give you that pointer, it's like, why wouldn't I? Rich Cohen says, but tech jobs are dying. What's the point in learning to code now? It's depleting skill. Yeah, bro, I'm going to tell you like this. I usually get annoyed when people say shit like that, because it's like, I don't know if you've seen this is a YouTube short, a YouTube video that I just released a day or two ago. Go watch that on my channel. Guys, I'm going to ask you this. If you got bread, if you got money already, then yeah, don't learn how to code, bro. There's better shit that you could do, right? But if you don't have money yet, you need to learn how to code. Like, what you gonna do? You're gonna do some bullshit job out here? Like, there's nothing else that's gonna pay you as much as being a developer, as an engineer. Like, why wouldn't you do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a good skill to have. AI is not gonna replace you. It's gonna enhance you. And at the end of the day, you don't want to be like one of these people that, you're gonna regret it 5 years from now. Not even 10 years from now. 5 years from now, you're gonna regret it. You're gonna be like, what the hell? Why didn't I do this? it don't cost you nothing to learn this skill. Just a little bit of time and help you do something productive. Because to be honest with you, like, there isn't no other opportunities like that out here. Unless you want to go back to school. I mean, if you want to be a 30 something, 40 something years old, going back to school to study medicine, then yeah, you know what I'm saying? Maybe do that. But I don't see it in anything else, right? The same shit that people are saying about AI or how AI, this, and that. It's like, bro, like, the money is here now. You don't need to have, this isn't a career to have 50 years. Like, some of you guys get this shit wrong. Like, you thinking in your head, I'm going to be a developer engineer until I retire. Nah, this is a fucking career to get your capital, make your bread. The people that fucking have done this, they're not even coding for 20, 30 years. And if you're coding for 20, 30 years, you're doing this shit wrong. You made enough money, it should have been moved on to something else. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I got 10 plus years in this shit. And I'm already like, I'm already, in a sense, I'm kind of off it, right? I'm already like, what's my next chapter in my life, right? Of like, I could code, I could do all this stuff. But imagine if I was doing this shit for a job for 10 plus years. That don't make no sense. Like, I do it for me because it's my own businesses and my own ideas that I'm coming up with. But you think I would have been doing this shit for 10, 15 years? Hell no. I do this shit for like 5 years. That's it. I mean, I worked for companies from 2011, well, technically 2012, all the way to 2017. That's a good 5-6 year run. And I learned enough so I could go in and do my own business. But if you're thinking in your head like, man, I'm going to be retiring as an engineer, it's like, bro, if you thinking like that, you're doing it the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? You're doing it the wrong way. And also, too, you got to think positive in the sense of, like, I'm here because the opportunities is here now. We don't know what tomorrow is going to give us, right? 5 years, 10 years from now. We don't know how this industry is going to change. No one could tell you that. People is making fucking, 2 years ago, they were saying, engineers are going to get replaced by AI by 6 months. We're 2 years in already. Imagine if you was one of these goofies who gave up in 2023 once you saw ChatGPT. Now today you see Clawbot, and now you're like, whoop, that's it. I'm done. Mind you, you still have the same fucking tax bracket. You're still making that same bullshit pay that you're making, and you like living your same shitty lifestyle when you could have been fucking learned this shit, and you could have had a better lifestyle. You could have had more money in your pocket. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted. But you stop yourself. The people who are quitting are usually the people that need this shit the most. You know what I'm saying? The people who are quitting are the people that need this shit the most. You know what? Who I'm not seeing quitting? I'm not seeing quitting no Indians. I'm not seeing quitting no Chinese. That's right there. That's my red flag. Was like, wait, hold on. But why the Chinese and the Indians is not quitting? They know something. You get what I'm saying? The people that already got freaking money a lot of times, right? Like a lot of this Asians and Chinese engineers, they're not quitting like that, bro. They're doubling down. They're learning new skills. They're enhancing this shit. They're on top of the game. You get what I'm saying? In China right now, they're hiring more engineers than ever. Here in the United States, they're dentins. I don't know what's going on. I mean, but think about it like this. This society of the United States, right? This country, right? It's better for people to be popular than people to be smart. Hear me out. Everybody wants to be the next Kim Kardashian, right? Everybody wants to be the next influencer. But the people in other countries, They're studying. They're becoming engineers. They're becoming doctors. Here in the United States, as soon as they see a little bump, people's already quitting. They're ready to quit. They're like, well, I guess I'll be a YouTuber. I guess I'll be a this and that. Like, remember this. When you see me, I'm not like a technical YouTuber, like one of these fucking social media influencers and this and that. I'm not one of these fucking people. I'm a fucking regular dude that bumped into this thing, but in a sense, I'm a business owner that's on YouTube. That's completely different than being a social media influencer. I remember a couple of years ago, there's a couple of guys that were on YouTube that what they wanted to do was just to become popular. When they wanted to become popular and become like, get 100,000 subscribers or whatever, 1 million subscribers, right, and get paid from views, while they were doing that, I was doubling down on my skills, right? All the guys that I know that double down on their skills, that really do this shit, they're up right now. Now, these other guys that quit and became like social media influencers, in a sense, they're like clowns. You get what I'm saying? They're like clowns just to get views and get paid from views, right? Entertainers, right? The guys that's making bread, they're actually coding, they're building shit. Right now, so many opportunities that's out here, like it's crazy. Like you have to be stupid. Straight up, I'll tell you straight to the face. You have to be stupid to go in and to think in 2026, I'm gonna quit learning how to code, I'm gonna quit learning new technical skills because there's AI. You have to be fucking stupid. Especially when you don't got no money like that. If you don't got it like that, bro, you don't even have an option. If you don't got no money like that, I'm telling you right now, you don't have an option. The world is more expensive. Life is 2 times as hard, right? And if you think like, well, you'll get by in whatever bullshit job that you have right now, and you think that, well, I'll survive with this, you got something coming to you. I'm telling you right now. Once they turn on this UBI shit, right, where they're going to have to do it at some point, right, it's going to be cheaper for them to go in and say, well, you know that bullshit job that you was making $35,000, $40,000, we'll give you that money, right, just so you could stay home and just binge watch on YouTube and TikTok. We'll give you the money for that. You know what I'm saying? It's going to cost us less money than you even trying to work a job. Now, what does that do for you? You're basically, you don't own nothing. You're living in poverty because shit is what the $30,000-$40,000 that at that time that they're gonna be giving out to people is gonna be the equivalent of you getting $10,000 now. Now you're gonna look back on time. You're gonna say like, damn, I wish I would have learned this thing. Trust me, I know so many people that to this day that they come to me on CodingPhase, and I like when I've done interviews with people that want to come in and study at CodingPhase, they tell me stories of like how they always wanted to learn how to code, maybe like 2008, 2009. They even got like associate's degrees, but they just never really followed through. So imagine that, the regret that they have, because this is something that they already knew about, but they just never followed it through. So you're going to feel the same way 5 years, not even 10 years, 5 years from now, you're going to look back and you'll be like, damn, I should have followed through with this thing. Because the guys that followed through, you're going to see a big shift and a big change between their lifestyle and your lifestyle. It's easy to quit. It's easy to give up. It's easy to not want to do anything. When you find a good excuse, AI is the perfect excuse for people. Look, man, there's no jobs right now. There's AI. No one's hiring. But mind you, there's people getting hired every day. There's people right now working at all the fan companies that they just lay people off from. So when you think about that, you're like, wait, okay, I could give up and not do shit, or I could go in and actually make this shit happen for myself. Or you just use your AI excuse and say, yeah, I'm not going to do nothing. You know, trust me. Regret is the worst thing, right? Somebody say, worst thing in life, yeah, regret. Again, I give you that tip, you know. You gotta think about the future, bro. Like whatever you're going through right now, whatever is going on right now, understand all this shit is gonna pass. There's so much bullshit going on right now. And what you wanna do is be ready for when the opportunities come to you. You don't wanna be that guy that when the opportunities come, you're not ready because you didn't follow it through, you know? Yeah, UBS gonna make people depressed, not being productive is a death sentence. Yeah, you're gonna see a lot of crazy shit going on. A lot. In the next coming years, you're gonna see a lot of stuff that's gonna happen. That's why it's so important for people to go in and understand, like, you gotta find how you call this, like, meaning to your life. Because all of this shit is a lot of changes happening at once. And, you know, I'm just glad that I'm in a different tier. And I work for this shit. I work hard to be in this tier, right? Because I always want to, in my head, I'm like, I just want to be good. You get what I'm saying? Like, I just want to be good. But I'm glad that I took this jump into this career because who knows where the fuck I would have been right now, bro. You imagine me, Joe, in New York City, maybe with 2 kids in an apartment. You know, I have to go downstairs to move the car every day at 7 o'clock because if not, they're going to clean the street and they're going to give me a ticket. Like, that's no way to live, bro. You get what I'm saying? That's no way to live. You know, like, this shit is nice. You get what I'm saying? Like, you come out here. I live where the white people live at. You get what I'm saying? Like, we out here, nice little park. You know what I mean? People playing fucking little tennis type shit. You know, we a block away from the beach type shit. Like, this is what I work for, right? Now imagine me if I would have been like, yeah, bro, I'm not gonna learn to code because, you know, they say that people only get hired if you got a degree, bro. That was the excuse back then. You know what I'm saying? For all the people that I was meeting online and they're like, yeah, man, you can't get a job without a degree. Now it's, yeah, bro, it's AI, bro. It's AI, bro. Why are you talking about? He have to move his car? Nah, my car's right here, bro. What are you talking about? I didn't have to move my car. I'm right here. I'm chilling. I'm just saying, like, it's nice to be fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's like little shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a perk to it. You know what I mean? It's a perk, you know, living in a good area, having money in your pocket, taking care of your family. And I'm just saying, like, hey, I could have been one of those fucking people that back then was saying you can't get hired without a degree. And I would have never done this. I would have regretted not following through. And people now they're gonna, you know, people are saying, hey, I can't get in because AI, this and that. So they're gonna look back with time. It's gonna get, you know, with time, people's gonna come in and and gonna regret it that they didn't take advantage of the opportunity that's right in front of them. Yeah, 7 a.m. Yeah, 7 a.m. In New York City, you have to move your car. Sometimes, yeah, because like, let's say they do like 8 o'clock on Tuesday, 8 o'clock on Thursday, 8 o'clock on Thursday, 8 o'clock on Tuesday. If your car's on the street, you got to move it to the other side of the street. Because if not, they give you a ticket. And that ticket is usually anywhere from like $115 to $150. So sometimes you go in, and if you forget your shit, now you catch a ticket multiple times. And let's say you go in and you go to New York City, where they now have other tickets of like some bullshit. Like I think it's like you can't drive close to like Times Square or some shit like that, unless you have a special thing and you gotta pay $15. If you don't have that, then you gotta pay another $150. So there's like a bunch of shit that happens in the city that, you know, when you live over there, you be like, what the hell? And it keeps you poor, like literally. Because if imagine this, if you're making, let's say $2,000, $3,000 a month after taxes, but you get $500 in tickets. Like, I'm not even lying to you. Like, I remember my mom used to be catching like $400 to $500 a month on tickets. And I'm like, yo, that shit will keep us poor. Because it's like an extra bill just for living in the fucking city. Guys, we out of here, right? Yeah, man. So at the end of the day, guys, like I said, just please don't don't give up on your shit, man. Trust me, you're gonna regret it 5 years from now. It won't even take 10 years. 5 years from now, you're gonna see a big difference of everything that's happening right now. And you wanna be in the winning team. You don't wanna be with the people that's like, man, I'm struggling out here. I can't have a job, or you know, I'm not making enough. You know, fucking UBI, because they're gonna give UBI. That's for sure. They're gonna have to. And you don't want to be those people catching a UBI check, because at that point you basically, you're gonna be like, what's the word? It's like you're gonna lose the feeling of like what life is about. And then it's gonna be like right now, like you ever gone on Instagram and you see there's people that got the Lambos, this and that, the Rolls Royces, and you're like, man, how do people live like this? Yeah, there's people like that, but now it's gonna be even worse, because more people is gonna be in a fucked up situation, and more people is gonna have more money. So it's gonna be a huge divide. It's not gonna be like that middle class how it is right now. You know, it's gonna be just, if you ever been to Latin America, you know what I'm talking about. People here in the United States, they don't know how that lifestyle is. Where it's like, okay, half of the population is fucking poor, half of the population is fucking rich. So trust me, I've been there in DR. It's not a good feeling. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna see you guys later. It's your boy Joe, back at it again. Okay, guys, I'm gonna take care of this kids right now. All right, we out of here. Peace, guys.